football, yeah? It's a madness this summer.
Football is a madness.
Forget summer. Let's just bring it back to last season.
Go on. I'll let you do this.
I mean,
Let's just bring it back to last season.
Let's just brush past last season.
Let's bring it back to last season. I took Sereno to the treble parade. You get me? So it was a wonderful. Sereno's only before Carlos. Right. Sereno's.
How did you go to your second treble parade?
Remy.
Basically, he's trying to say. Obviously,
your second parade.
Yeah, it's my second treble parade because I had to go when I was young with you guys to go and see United win the treble. Ha ha ha.
Well, he was a United fan.
But you're a United fan.
Yeah. When I didn't really watch football and got forced.
No, you wasn't fun. No.
That was flying a flag.
When United was doing better than City, but now City's doing better.
Is that what
anyway,
you're trying to say?
No, I'm not saying anything.
Okay, right.
Okay, but yeah.
So when did you start supporting City?
When they got money.
Okay.
What's going on?
Okay. Say no more. But anyway.
It sounds a little Emirati.
Took Sereno to the parade. Joyous occasion. Even though it was raining, but still enjoyed it to increase his love for Manchester City. Do you know what's mad though? I'll be honest.
He loves Man City though already.
Nah.
Does he not?
I've had to work hard on this.
So, do you know when I see your Instagram
Yeah.
videos and that, and he's like shouting Man City?
If you ask him who he likes, he'll say, I like City and United. Because all his friends in school like United.
Okay.
So he'll come back home and like, Daddy, you can be Manchester City, I'm going to be United. Oh.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah? I'm like, oh, so you don't like City no more?
Emotional blackmail. That.
I know, that's what
It's a question, isn't it? It's like, so you don't like, it's like,
Do you
no.
want to see Daddy
Which,
try?
yeah, it's a loaded question, innit?
Nah, it's a question, innit?
So you don't want to win.
No, it's like,
Beats him when he's
yeah, but, no.
If I'm United and you're City, I bet you win.
I was like, why would you want to be United? And it's like, because they're the best team. I said, who's told you they're the best team? This is what I'm like. It's just weird. Yeah, obviously one of his friends from school said City are rubbish, innit? Basically. But obviously that's coming from his dad, innit? Because what do the kids know, innit? And I was like, yeah, but when you watched City play Manchester United in the FA Cup final, who won? It's like City. It's like, so who was the best team? And he's like, City. He's like, yeah, United were rubbish. I was like, oh. But if you want to support United,
whoa. Alright.
You were rubbish in that final.
David De Gea was rubbish in that final.
Yeah.
David De Gea was rubbish. You didn't. No team was exceptional in that game.
Yeah, but did you really think you were going to win?
No, I didn't. Before the game, I didn't.
Yeah.
But then during the game, I started to get hope because you man were trying.
We weren't really doing much.
And then the 2 goals that Gundogan scored, boy, just David didn't move.
Yeah. But you happy he's gone though?
No.
What?
I'm not happy.
You're not happy to hear he's gone?
I'm not happy he's gone.
I'm happy he's gone, but not in how he went.
Okay.
I'm happy he's gone, but not how he went.
Yeah, if he went...
I think he deserved more respect and deserved to say goodbye to the fans.
But you were rating him more.
As a second keeper or something.
Do you think he would have stayed as a second keeper?
No. Why would you keep as a second keeper?
You can't
I
keep
think
it.
it would be better for competition for places.
No.
You know what?
No.
You're
There's
changing
no
your whole style of
competition
play.
with him. It's kind of like, this is what I was trying to explain. It's kind of like, obviously, Joe Hart was not as good as De Gea. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't. It wasn't in it. But in terms of like keeping abilities, like they couldn't play with the feet, and time has changed. Obviously, that's when Pep came in and brought in Bravo. Obviously, it didn't work, but Joe Hart couldn't do it. You could see the progression. De Gea, I've been saying it from time. His distribution is
awful,
shocking and just causes more pressure. I used to always watch clips. So if you go on YouTube and watch clips of De Gea and Maguire,
I knew you were going to say
I knew you were going to say Maguire, you know. I knew it.
It's actually hilarious. Like you could tell that them two didn't get along, innit?
Yeah.
But do you know
De Gea would look at him. On one clip, he looked at him and then he just kicked the ball off the pitch. He looked at him like to pass, like a clear pass to him, and he thought, nah, run that.
That would be the same with
I'd rather kick it off the
That's
pitch.
why no player, if you look at the defenders, when the centre back's got the ball and needs to play it back to the keeper, they look up and they see the game and they go, nah.
Let me
And
turn
the
back into
the Sancho drops his shoulder or he just kicks it out. The only man that will pass back to De Gea, was Maguire. Or Varane did it randomly, but I think Varane thought it was good because Varane spent some time in Spain, do you know what I'm saying? At Real Madrid, I don't know what happened there, but yeah.
But yeah, times obviously changed, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it was time for him to move on. Okay, yeah, it shouldn't have happened in the manner that it did, because he's been a long-serving player, but then at the end of the day, he was milking it. He was milking the club, innit?
And and Onana, what's my name? He's not even on nowhere near the amount of money that what's his face is on. That what the game was on. Yeah.
But did you see his release video? What?
Onana's? Yeah.
I was watching it, and I thought football's just capitalising from the culture. I swear down. I just like the music, just how they're just moving. I thought, it's off the culture, but.
Describe it though, because people might not have seen it.
I can't really describe it. It's like obviously just in terms of the music, what was played.
That's what I'm saying.
You wouldn't naturally expect that type of music. If you could talk about like 10 years ago, then you would never see a player released and have music of our culture in the music videos. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So from my point of view, I was just watching and thought, wow, these people are thriving from the culture. Yeah. But then when you look at the high places or high positions in football, you don't see anyone from the culture in those places. So I was just like, this is a bit mad. When I was just watching it, I was just like, this should even be.
Do you think part of that's because, though, for those who don't know who Onana is or know much about Manchester United, because he is from the culture, maybe he had some influence in picking the sounds or how...
Do you think he picked the sound of his music?
Probably not. No, I'm just asking the question. I'm asking the question.
Do you think he picked... Nah.
So obviously,
if marketing you've done it, innit? But then it's not... But then is it marketing
It's not like a wrestler picking his own entrance music.
But whose marketing do you think that is? Is that Manchester United's or his like agents? You think it's definitely United? I did as well, but that's what I was saying. I think the thriving from the culture. But did you see like even when Messi had his presentation, it came out to like Little Baby as well. So that's what I'm trying to say. All these things like in terms of how they're
in the same breath, they're thriving from the culture, but that wasn't for Messi. So like with the Onana on, you're putting it because Onana, you're saying that's why they're putting that music to him, but then
no, I'm just saying in terms of football in general and how they're now going about it. Like in terms of, I don't know. I think it might have been like Soccer M or Sky Sports, like end of the season roundups. Like at one point, they had like people like MCing about how the season went on in it and stuff like that. And obviously, it's good for these people now to get platform in these like positions, and you would never expect and I get it because you want progression. But then at the same time, it's like, okay, if you're looking from the football point of view, the people in the senior positions, you don't see anyone like, because obviously you got people like Stormzy and
but Shy FX were on Soccer AM from time, remember?
That's what I mean, just in terms of like that. But I'm saying like in terms of senior positions, like what, do you know what I mean? You got Stormzy, Zaha, and that you trying to make their own football club. So obviously, they're trying to make like progress on it. But you have to remember, like, the world's just changing, even in terms of like social media. There, sorry, just to interrupt.
They haven't got the money that Soul for Reds to put into it.
Now social media, like now you get like a lot of these football clubs, don't you?
Yeah, but then also you got to think about it where like different sports, as you said before, they're going to change with time. So for example, I know Jason's a big NBA fan. There was a period in time when the NBA was a lot more straight-laced. Then you get people like Iverson come in and the whole kind of culture just changes. So I think the types of players and what they're into and the way the fans connect with those players, that can influence the culture of how they market the game.
Sorry, just on a separate note, do you see Stephen Curry's hole-in-one when he's playing golf?
Yeah, I see.
The guy can do anything, you know.
Why do you call him Stephen?
You meant Stefan.
I know.
Sorry. I'm not into NBA. I can't lie, I'm not into NBA. I just know him as Curry. I've never watched him in the actual basketball game. I've just seen highlights, like, you know, when he's practicing and he's shooting, like, he starts from the front and he goes and he's stepping back. So Curry, this mixed race light skinned guy, I don't know who he is, but he's a sick basketballer. But the fact he got a hole in one in golf as well, in front of that crowd, like he did, it just impressed me. So and so that's why I was asking Jason because he's into NBA.
I've seen it.
You throw shade on me because I said the guy's name wrong, sorry.
Oh wow, but nah. Do you think he meant it?
But the hole in one?
Yeah.
Surely.
Obviously, he would have meant it. Obviously, you're hitting hope in it. You're hitting hope.
I feel like he meant it.
Yeah,
I feel like you do. I feel like
that's what you intended. It's like if we were at foot golf. Like when we were at foot golf, you're aiming for a hole in one. When you do that or not,
it's different story.
Aim for it, innit? It's not like some. You know, sometimes you see a footballer's shot. And you're
Yeah.
like, was that a cross or was that a shot? Do you know what I mean? That's when
yeah.
that's fluky. Was you actually trying for that?
You
Like,
could tell, you could draw a tell. I was like, nah, but you know what? It's like that Ronaldinho against England. Like that's still a debate. I'm just like, nah, my man was shooting in it.
no, now, yeah, because it's Ronaldinho.
Yeah, he
though.
was shooting, but that's only because of how we know Ronaldinho. Obviously, the media was trying to make out because obviously England lost. It was, just like,
Was it Graham
nah.
Souness?
You still blame it on Pogba.
Just me.
But nah.
Sorry, because we keep getting told about this. Please like, subscribe, and share the podcast. Liking's free. We like you to like, and then it helps.
Sit
with
to that camera.
With this, to this camera.
Yeah.
Then it helps with the algorithm.
Now start again.
Oh,
Start again at that camera.
please like, share, and subscribe because it helps with the algorithm.
That'll do. I would say though, so apparently Steph Curry, by the way, you wanna get his name right. He was either
Yeah, at
gonna
least
do,
you can jump.
disrespecting him. The best thing is, people view the pod.
Respond.
Yo.
Respond.
People see the pod and never see me. They have no idea that I can and can't jump. I could dunk on you right now. Who knows?
No, you
No, you
can't.
Anyway, apparently he had a choice at one point either to pursue a basketball career or a golf career. Apparently he was really good at
really?
both of them. Yeah, and then he chose a basketball career.
More money.
I don't know. That's sort
His
of like
dad's a basketballer.
He was,
Yeah, Dad was, yeah. And his brother is as
And
well.
brother, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But in terms of the culture, though, I would say, like, for example, when people like Iverson came in and he had the tattoos and he had the cane rolls in the NBA, that changed the whole concept of how I think American sports are kind of viewed. Because before that, you had to come in. I think was it in suits?
Yeah. And, and now you come out like that. You were very regulated, like even down to the sock colour. You had to wear like certain sock colours, like it was very regulated. And he's just come in and flipped the script and he changed
And
the
then
culture.
you got my night Rodman.
Yeah, cheating. And then well, Iverson, but I think Iverson was influential because he was completely very different to a regular NBA star. Like he was very, like he was just his authentic self as opposed to this media trained little darling. And I feel like
Michael Jordan.
Well, I feel like, I thought Michael Jordan was definitely media trained, weren't he? Like,
But then don't you think a lot of like athletes, you have to
you
be
have to be
media-
to a certain extent,
yeah.
but I think like with Iverson though, like he came in and he was just really like, and they were like, rah, this guy's different, man. Like, and he used to come like in jewelry and things, and they were like, yo, stop wearing jewelry to press conferences, and used to like fine him and threaten to ban him and all type of things. And now look at the NBA, it's crazy.
But it's crazy as well because when you even think about like football, like a lot of them are media trained, aren't they?
Yeah.
And it's so funny that when you got someone like Jack Grealish,
I love
who
him.
then
I love
comes
him.
out and just speaks how he speaks and just says what's
He's
on his
thick.
mind.
He's thick.
He is.
But he's a sick footballer.
He
But
says
he's
what is on
thick,
his
man.
mind,
Hope he doesn't
and then
watch
like
this.
everyone just like blows up and
Watch us.
loves.
I love him. I just said I love him, but he's
And
thick.
loves
He
what he
probably knows
says.
he's thick.
Everyone like loves what he
Yeah,
says.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, it's so refreshing that footballers have just come out. But if that was someone who
No, but he was drunk when he was saying
of
when he was
colour.
saying a lot of it though.
No, I'm
Like
not
when he was
just
on the
meaning like
stage.
even
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
end of like football matches, like
yeah,
when he
yeah,
comes
yeah.
and like gives his
Yeah.
is like
Yeah,
is,
'cause
like,
he's just
interviews,
direct,
he's just
innit? Yeah.
direct. He's like, yeah, I was thinking, yeah, I played rubbish in this match. Do you know what I mean? And then he'll just be like honest and like, yeah, I had a rubbish season. Do you know what I mean? And they're all like, oh, it's refreshing that someone could be so honest. But if it was anyone else, I'd be vilified, innit, for it in reality. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's awkward though because I agree with what you're saying. I wholeheartedly agree with what you're saying. But then sometimes within the media are trying to like have a witch hunt on certain athletes.
Yeah,
Then
100%.
some athletes just they don't help themselves in some situations. Like, and not to try and go down this road, but like a Mason Greenwood when he went away with England and him and Phil Foden got caught doing something, but then the media were more talking about Greenwood than Foden, but then Greenwood hasn't helped himself since that moment in time.
Definitely not.
I mean, yeah, he's definitely not helped himself, has he?
He's not-
It's also like when Sterling got that gun tattoo, and that means
Yeah,
the
Yeah, but do you know what?
press as well.
Yeah,
isn't
but
it?
do you know what kills me though? Is they're judged by social media because it seems like now social media is a judge and jury
Yeah,
for
trust me.
everything, and it's like, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to try and defend Mason Greenwood because I don't know what happened to Mason Greenwood, but what I'm not going to do as well is call him a villain or say that he's done anything because he's actually not been charged for anything. I know it's a bit dodgy how he's there with that picture that they posted. Do you see the picture that they posted on Instagram? Him and his missus,
With the
Hannah,
baby.
with the baby or with the hand.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's the first thing that is posted since all this happened.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, turn the comments off on it, obviously.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I just want our social media.
Yeah, I don't have social media. And
I just mean that in general.
Yeah, and I
like-
don't know why they would put that out there as well, if I'm honest, because that's just gonna give something to criticise. But with him, in a way, I'll be honest, my personal opinion, which is my opinion, is I feel a bit sorry for him because he's still 19, what is he, gonna be 20, and his career's gone. If he wasn't Mason Greenwood and he was just an electrician working for another or even working
He'd be in prison.
for Manchester City Council, no, they wouldn't necessarily be in prison if the same thing happened.
As in the charges.
As the charges
they
were dropped and everything, he'll be back in work already, being an electrician.
And no one would even
And
know.
no one would have even known it, wouldn't have gone this far. And then I feel like his whole career's ruined. And then I'm going to say something controversial. Mendy, what happened with Mendy? I would say his first name, but I might get it wrong, so I'm not going to bother. But Mendy, help me out here.
Yeah.
Benjamin.
Benjamin Mendy.
Yeah. Benjamin Mendy. Now, he signed up for a football club in France. Is after all what happened, all the rape cases got dropped. Now, I thought my mum was guilty. I'm not going to lie. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm surprised that he's playing football again. Do you know what I'm saying? But then, if he is actually innocent, and then these women were lying about what happened because he was at this house for a party and or whatever happened. Do you know what I'm saying? Then it's like he's lost all his wages. He's lost his Manchester City career. He lost out on his treble winning trophies or whatever that he could have been because he would still been at the club.
No, would have got sold him.
Or would have got sold, would
Yeah,
he?
definitely.
Oh, see. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
though?
yeah, I hear
I feel
that, I hear
like
that.
his whole career, how many
But
years?
then you
That
have to-
3-4 years.
It's a
that
difficult-
his
it's difficult
career's
one 'cause
his
obviously
career's been cancelled.
It has been cancelled.
And then now it's like, oh well, actually,
okay, it's fine. Try that.
He's innocent, so
Yeah, you're
now you
innocent,
can go
so-
back and play football again. And it's like,
But yeah, it's weird because obviously, like I always say, just because you haven't been convicted or just because you're
not found guilty don't
yeah,
mean you didn't do it.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's just like
So he could be. So really,
'Cause
on
in
the
reality-
other side looking at, he could be lucky that he's
yeah,
playing
so
football
it just
again
depends
now.
on what aspect you're coming from. Because in
Yeah.
reality, think about it, like when people have money, it's different because you can get the best lawyers. You can get, do you know what I mean? And if you're on the flip side and you don't have the best lawyers or whatever, it's like kind of like back in the day. Do you know? If any of you's watched like Scandal or anything like
Yeah,
that,
Scandal,
or
Scandal,
How to Get Away with Murder, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they are the top, the creme de la creme, and you've seen that in a lot of the episodes that some of the people were guilty, but because they've had
The
these
backing.
people to back them and like has destroyed the other person's
Reputation or whatever, yeah.
that they've come away and like not guilty. Do you know what I mean? And then at the end of it, they're thinking, oh, I can't believe we defended this person. And that was the situation, do you know what I mean? And then they might end up switching, but like, okay, we'll get you done for this instead, do you know what I mean? But like I said, it's a difficult one to
Yeah, because
actually
we
judge,
don't
'cause
know
we
the
don't
facts.
know.
We don't know the facts.
Obviously,
like,
like I said, the only people that know their own truth is the people in themselves, innit? So it's just one of them. You only know your own truth, innit? So
In terms of like, I mean, we're all in long-term relationships. If you were single right now, and putting this to all of you, man, and you to meet somebody, do you feel like you'd need to, and this might sound far, like get someone to sign something to consent to a situation? Because sometimes it could be, is he said.
I hear what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean?
It depends how rich
So you're saying, yeah, before you're
Contract.
doing the deed, yeah,
You're gonna write up a
gonna be like,
contract.
sorry, just wait.
The thing is, the joke thing is that a lot of people with influence and power and money do that.
I think they
to
should
protect
though. They
themselves.
should.
Yeah,
Because
they need to.
if you say, for example, and it's moving away from sport a little bit here, but you know, it's really, really, really bad the amount of women who are sexually abused or assaulted and don't go forward because they're scared they
Yeah.
won't be believed, and then you've got the women who may or may not have been, you know, sometimes they're just blatantly lying for whatever reason. It just damages the people who actually have gone through that
Yeah,
trauma.
yeah. No, that's true.
So I think from the man's perspective as well, is that as soon as someone says whether it's true or not, I was sexually assaulted by this person, like the man's put all over the media, you know what I'm saying? And that's his life ruined, whether he's guilty or not. Like just the accusation will ruin him alone. So I'm gonna have a list, and the list is gonna specify exactly what we're doing. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like
sexual activities?
I say listen.
So you literally list.
Yeah.
What you're gonna do and what she's gonna be happy, willing to do.
Kiss 3 minutes.
This guy's
So you can't go over that.
Yeah, say listen, babes. Like touching and petting.
Like touching and petting.
4 or 5 minutes. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I see why people. I don't make a joke, but I see why people protect themselves because.
No, so actually, do people actually do that?
You never know.
Like
You never know.
things like no phones in the room. Like you got
But that happened with Greenwood though, didn't it? Where the no phone rule, and he got accused. No, it happened with Greenwood before this happened, and he got accused of that it was classed as kidnap because he took the girl's phone off her. And then they went out driving or something, so it's like it's classed as kidnap.
Yeah. But what I'll do is when you have a table in your room and say, "Listen, babes, that's where the phones go. Yeah. Put your phone there. If you don't want to put it there, we can't."
I just think it's all mad. Like, obviously, I get it, but like, just imagine doing all that before, like, anything is.
Well, you're right.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. And then after you just like, God, you know what I mean?
Just read through it first.
The whole thing.
And then go right.
Your whole thing's just like,
Yeah.
all that for that, innit? Like, nah. And then just imagine going through all that and it's dead. It's like, nah. You're even more disappointed. Right.
You made me get my sister to draw up this contract.
Yeah.
And you knew it was gonna be a deadbeat.
That's how. I'd be like, if it's a deadbeat, I need a refund. I need a refund on my time. I charge £200 an hour. I want a refund.
Do you know what? That's the sort of thing you can imagine Drake coming out with. Drake going mad.
Back in the day, and I'm sure Jason's seen this, there was a Dave Chappelle sketch where he's trying to like link up with some girl, and literally he gives her a contract before they start anything because people have been getting put in some awkward situations. That's why I had the idea of the thought, like, I wonder if people do that, and I think some rich and powerful people, they are like,
they have to.
Before we get involved in this thing, just to cover my back and your back and blah blah, just awkward, isn't it?
You're right, and the last term of the contract has to be, don't say shit. Like, essentially it's a
NDA.
Yeah. I hear that. That's what obviously Giggs and them man were doing from time, innit?
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, what were they?
Yeah, back in the day. Why do you think you never heard anything about Giggs until towards?
Oh, do you know what?
Super injunction.
Fuck about Giggs talking hard.
This guy, man.
SN1. No, obviously, Giggs. Giggs is dodgy.
Yo.
I don't even know how Giggs got away with it.
But obviously,
still.
think about it. It's times have changed,
Giggs.
social media and whatnot.
Even now, though,
I know. But
he just recently got off again.
Yeah, I know.
And then guys trying to get back into management, you know.
I
And even
know.
me, do you know what's mad? And this is what is mad, you know, because it is definitely IC free tax. Whereas, no, it's true because you go to Old Trafford, or you look at like just on social media, United, everyone disowned Greenwood straight away, like nah, this guy, not part of our club, But then you go Old Trafford, and man is still singing Giggs' name, you know.
Yeah, but
still singing it strong.
I get the point, but you need to think at the very start when you heard
what
that.
he's achieved in his game.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's not a legend at United yet, is he? He's just a
No,
young
but for
star.
me, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter because it's still.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're a legend or nobody or who you are. What you're doing, you're still destroying lives, man.
Yeah, facts. Okay, fair enough.
Do you see what, and I suppose that's what my
But
point is.
that voicemail that leaked at the very start, like.
Oh yeah, it was bad, don't get me wrong. When I first heard it, I even said to Laura, I was like, oh, well, that's his career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, the guy's stupid. I was like, why are you doing it? But then, do you know what? Do you know what, right?
This is his opinion. I don't know what he's
Yeah,
gonna say, but it's his opinion.
No, this is my opinion.
This
It's my opinion. No, it's my opinion. It's my opinion. It might be a bit controversial, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Yeah. You man might have been there, You might not have been. Maybe not Jason. No, listen, let me land, man. Let me land. You get me? Yeah. Because I've been there before where you think, I think it's where you think, like, you might go to bed. Your missus there. You want a little something. Yeah.
Hold
So
on,
then
what-
you
why-
try-
Whoa.
Nah, one sec. Let me land, boys, man. Yeah. And you try it on. Yeah. And then your missus says, nah. And you're like, what? I'm not saying now because obviously these days, you get me, it's not even worth it. But I'm just saying.
No,
like,
Anton, no.
Nah, you try it on. Missus like, oh,
No.
I'm tired. You're like, what? Oh. And you obviously don't go to that extent. But it's a man.
What?
Yeah. No, you won't.
Anton.
Oh, what?
Anton.
No.
Anton,
What?
stop.
What?
Stop.
What?
Stop. Edit.
No, because there's certain man. No,
Yo, bro.
No. There's certain man that will beg the missus for a beat.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's certain man that will beg the missus for a beat. Yeah. And will beg and be like, oh, I'm going in the mood when they don't get a beat.
Okay.
That's what my
Oh,
point
no,
is.
okay.
That's
Is
what
that
my point
you're
is.
trying
Certain
to
man
say?
will beg a beat.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
they'll go in the mood because the missus is like, oh, I'm tired, I got a headache, whatever. Yeah. They'll go in the mood. And then that's where it draws the line. That's where a normal person draws the line. You get me?
Yeah,
But then when you've got him who's used to getting everything that he wants.
And is that the problem?
This what? Yeah, I
that
reckon.
the problem? That's
This is
what I
where
was
this is where
saying.
the part of the problem is. He's used to getting everything that he wants. Yeah, he's used to getting all these girls when he wants to. Yeah, and then this sort of comes up where he's like, right, okay, boom, let's do this, and she's like, no. He's like, he's not used to hearing no, and he's like, what is that switching? Don't get me wrong, I am not condoning it. Yeah, but I'm just saying it's that level of it's like immaturity and arrogance as well that maybe may have caused him to, I don't know, react a bit more harder or go in harder than what the normal average person would do. That's what I'm saying. It's like with
My
gigs.
man's
I
just
think gigs.
mad anyway.
I think because do you know what's mad? I think if you put a microphone into half of these footballers.
It's not,
living
yo, bro,
rooms,
you're saying footballers. I'm saying
Man.
people.
Please,
Yeah.
right, into their houses, into their bedroom, and secretly record what's happening in certain houses. Yeah, then there'll be uproar all over the place.
Well,
And
that's what it is because obviously these things are common things that
this is
unfortunately happen in
and
society.
that's what my point is. Do you know what I'm saying? But then them same men who would do that and that would get caught on, or who could have been recorded, would then still make out like that, like what? I can't believe what I've heard on this voice note. Do you know what I'm saying? And we'll still add to the comments and add to the fury and the uproar of it. And that's
But
what
then
I'm saying.
what you just
It's
have
like,
to remember is the fact that she's recorded it like how many times.
that's
has-
yeah. Obviously, all these different things come into
Yeah,
account. I'm just saying. Do you know what I mean? That I'm just because what I'm trying to do, I suppose, is put a devil's advocate because it's not just all a one.
It's
all
not one
seen
person.
from one
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So there's obviously different point of views to everything, and from what I'm getting, like you three have a certain point of view on it, and I'm not saying that I disagree with it, but I'm just saying maybe look at it from a different view and a different angle,
Nah,
a different
'cause
viewpoint.
for
and
me,
that's how
yeah,
it-
obviously I do have a view in it, and you have to just look at it from the point of view that they've had a child. You know what I mean? Like,
even what her dad came out with was dodgy.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's all a bit mad. There's too many variables in it, but at the end of the day, it's perceived that she has forgiven him. They've obviously gone and had a child together, but that still doesn't mean what he has done isn't wrong. At the end of the day, he needs help. That's just the reality of it. He needs to get rid of the demons of whatever he does
And then
have.
in the same breath, we don't know that he's not had help though.
Well, I'm saying that's
Oh,
from
right,
my
from-
point of view.
yeah,
from when,
yeah,
they,
from the
when
initial-
they see the initial
right, okay,
videos, like
yeah,
he obviously does need help. Like you said,
Yeah, he does.
he's young, he's immature,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then like from
Yeah,
the
no, I
aspect
agree
of
with that.
these athletes, my issue is who's holding them accountable, and that's the problem when you have people in sport, because he's a young kid. Who's telling him what to do? His parents probably aren't telling him what to do because
they're happy that he's doing all this money.
he's feeding their lifestyle. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I always say, if you got a kid who you want to progress or you want them to be like a footballer or athlete or whatever you want them to be, it can't be your dream. It has to be their dream, because you can't be living off them. Do you know what I mean? Because then how are you going to say you can't be doing that if they're funding your lifestyle?
If Tyler made it, yeah. If Tyler made it, for instance, like a footballer, yeah. I'm not saying that I won't take no dough off him because he's a millionaire.
I'm not
innit? He
saying
can buy
that
a
though.
house.
But
But but this is what my point is. But I think it's that relationship that you need to have with your child. Do you know what I mean? Like,
then is the point
to
that
be able
if
to
your
actually come and
child,
say to them.
but you're all right in it. Like, you got people who are struggling, do you know what I mean? And they've put everything into their child being like this successful, do you know what I mean? So like, they may pay for their house, or do you know what I mean? Because they come from poverty. So when you're coming from poverty and then you've got a kid and you've got an unruly kid who, do you know what I mean, no one can tell them nothing. My parents can't tell me nothing because you're the reason why you're living in this house. You're the reason why you come along this way. So if you can't, your parents can't tell you what to do, and your friends aren't telling you what to do because everyone's pussyfooting around you because they're scared of being cut off. Or
so it's Ryan Giggs. You're describing Ryan Giggs.
That's what I'm saying. So that them situations happen. So then who's holding them accountable? And
Nobody.
that's my issue.
Yeah. Nobody. That's what
Because
Ryan
like you
Giggs
said,
is.
no one's telling them no. No one's saying this and that. So then,
it's true. And Rodri said that because I watched a podcast with Rodri on it. His brother, and he was saying that, and he's even been dropped by all his family. You know, his family don't speak to him no more.
yeah, I think I've seen that.
Yeah, but I mean, you're saying hold them accountable, but if you look at this situation specifically with Greenwood, like before, like those behaviours that he's
It's from
exhibited,
young.
they would have seen him from early on. Like this, I think you're right. I think it's
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
need
You,
to be
you do
like
it from
the
early,
start,
from
like,
early,
even-
innit?
yeah, before it gets this far, because obviously you don't know how long that's been going on behind closed doors. I'm guessing he said the fact she felt she had to record it, like it's not obviously not the first time it's ever happened, is it? You know what I'm saying? And in the same breath, I guess she stayed with him, she's had a child with him, cool, but like, has he changed now? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because people stay with their abusers all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you get Stockholm syndrome, don't you? Like, and she might be the same person you're describing as the parents. That might be her. Like, she's scared. Like, her dad was saying, "Oh, you know, stay with him. He's a footballer, or whatever." She could be the same way. Like, let me stick with him because I don't need to work. I'm comfortable with taken care of. And then, you know, you never know. Is she still going through that same stuff? But you know, Anton's a Greenwood sympathiser still, and I get your point, bro. Like,
Joker. I'm not. No. I'm just. What I want to do. Nah, what I want to do is just put down. I think it's just to put down it more even argument in it, because you see a lot of on socials, everyone just attack, and it's like, well, actually, what about I did the different side of it? That's all I was saying.
But as a parent, then this is my question to you guys: if your child is showing like them type, not in terms of Mason Greenwood's extent, but how are you locking off your child from exhibiting this entitlement behavior if your child is in a position of, in that position of up and coming footballer or something like that?
I don't think it starts at that point. I think it starts at the point where you guys are all at now with your kids. Prior it starts before that. Do you know what I mean? And it's that solid foundation, that grounding that they need, and then when they're growing up, they understand what the value is of people. Do you know what I mean?
Because that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and they learn to be polite. So for me, it shouldn't even get. It shouldn't even.
You should
got
know
to
that from early.
It shouldn't.
You
It
can
shouldn't
tell.
have got to that point.
Yeah.
And people would have recognised him. And Mason, if we're sticking on Mason specifically, from him being young, he's been such a talented footballer where he got bigged up from everyone
is,
in every
think
age
about
group.
even if his school friends from,
everyone was bigging him up. Do you know what I mean? So I suppose from that point of view, it may have been harder, but for his parents, for me, I think that I think that they need to lock it off. It's the parents that have let it happen. Do you know what I mean? And that caused it to get to this point. And even not even talking about his parents, it's more like, well, especially me and you, we've got daughters. Do you know what I mean? So then imagine then that our daughters got older and then this happened to them and they'll see a footballer. Do you think you're going to come out and do a statement like what her dad did?
Absolutely not. No.
Do you see what my point is? Do you see my point though? And that's the only thing that made me think, well, maybe there's more to it than what we know. Because we only know what we know. And if someone's dad, if the girl's dad is gonna come out and defend him like that, but is it just funny? Because for me, it don't matter how much money.
But then you don't know what position.
Exactly.
That's what I said. You don't know what position they're in. Do you know what I mean?
Because she's a model though, still already in her own right, and she was earning dough. No, but she was earning decent dough herself. I know she's got her own little following, her own right. Do you know what I'm saying?
But why do you think she's got that following, bro?
Yeah, it probably is to do with. I don't know because I don't know when.
No. But I'm just saying it's probably
know.
in this new day and age. These younger
It's probably
kids
because she was dating him or whatever. I don't know.
They'll have massive followings before time.
Yeah, but if
just
I'm
'cause
honest,
they have
I don't
following,
know whether it was.
I know you don't, but then it's like who used to say they make much money from it? Do you know what I mean?
Nah, because you do so. Because the influencers, that's what they're doing it. So she's got hundreds of thousands of followers. So,
But then,
she's
as in that
posting and
only
getting
just
ads.
increased because.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Nah, I'm sure she had it beforehand. That's what I'm saying. I'm sure she had it beforehand.
But then that's what I'm saying. It doesn't necessarily be because obviously
she's making big dough.
modeling's like obviously who knows how
Everyone's a model, innit?
how sustainable is it?
is
Do you know what I mean?
So I think it all varies upon how
Pink you are.
How symmetrical you are.
basically how
How
much
you
you are. I mean, seriously, how much you are. So if you've got what they call like a unique kind of look, then you can kind of normally earn more money. But also it depends on your height, if that makes a lot of sense. So if you are doing high fashion modeling, a lot of people say the amount you earn is a greater amount, but there'll be a lot less frequent work. Whereas you're doing more like commercial modeling, more like e-commerce, like in magazines and that kind of stuff, then there's more work, but at a lower wage. So it all varies. But I met someone recently who models, and they said they make a living off modeling, but they also make a living off being an influencer. And sometimes they make more money from being an influencer than what they get from modeling. So I think a lot of people who are self-employed have fingers in more than one pie.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think that's just the way of doing things.
You got fingers in multiple pies, haven't you?
I do many different jobs, hence why I can help with this podcast. But basically, plug. But what I would say is though, my kind of what Anton said before, that if that happens to your daughter, so I mean you can't control what happens in a household, and sometimes you don't know what your son or daughter, if they're the abuser, is doing. But if that's happening, that person's abusing your child, like how do you react to that? Do you know what I mean? Because like you said before, Mason Greenwood's partner's father was kind of like saying, "Oh, don't vilify him," like, you know, it's a misunderstanding. But from what was presented to the public, that can't run with my child, man. Like you can't know. And if what's happened, but you have to. For me, I'd probably want to take the reins and be like, you can't go back to this person. You can't stop a person from doing something. Yeah. But you'd be like, this. You don't think about how this is going to affect you in the long run, because people can change, but it's not often.
Leopard don't change its spots, bro.
Well, I think people can change. Obviously, I understand people can change in all circumstances, because at any given moment you can actually change. Like,
all right,
there's
so now it feels like you're defending more than me.
I'm just saying at any given moment people can change, and in reality, that no one can't change. Something can happen to you, and then all of a sudden you change.
Yeah, like,
even if it's on your deathbed, you're like, oh, do you know what? I shouldn't have killed all the people or something ridiculous like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm no longer gonna kill people no more.
Yeah, because you're
or
dying.
something like that. Yeah. But obviously
No,
you can still change it. You can change in it.
Yeah,
like,
true.
obviously, like things happen, and that's just ridiculous.
What's your
Yeah, but
cast?
I don't know about him, because if we're speaking about Mason, exactly, because I do think he's done wrong, but I do think people should be given a chance at the same time. But I don't.
Do you want him in a red shirt next season?
if you're talking about football talent alone, you would.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah, but
I
I'm
don't
talking
think
about.
United want to get rid of him. Personally,
You don't?
They're still doing the investigation.
No, that's why he's still here.
Because
If
if
they
they
want to get rid of him, Roma
he
would
would've
have
gone.
already took him. Jose already said that they'll take him. Inter said that they'll take him.
Yeah, I know teams want to take him, but
So
I'm
then,
not-
if United didn't want him, then surely just let him go then, innit?
because they have nowadays, you have a duty of care. You have a duty of care. Think about it. City didn't get rid of Mendy until his contract ended. It's not like, oh, it's only just ended this season. Do you know what I mean? In reality, there could have been like, you're not
But
getting.
they weren't paying him.
Yeah, but he's still on contract. So
Yeah,
in reality,
but Mason's getting full pay.
but subject to investigation. Obviously, that was different because obviously.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
Mendes
he's
was
convicted,
do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Whereas Greenwood's situation is obviously they have a duty of care because he is a young player.
So would you want to see Greenwood in his United shirt next season? This coming season?
Nah, next season, bro, not this season. Guys are saying yes, innit?
Maybe towards the back end of the season to see how he works with the team. Yes.
Back end of the season.
Back end of the season, business end of the season, man.
So what? So not now. So you
Not
just
right now, unless
Why?
because I'm hoping we still sign some more players. Personally.
Also, it depends on if we can sign
Yeah,
players or
if
not.
we don't get anyone else, then he needs to be brought back in.
What do you reckon?
In my
then,
opinion.
Jay?
I don't know. I mean, I really don't know.
To me,
I
there's
really,
like
really don't know.
there's loads of.
So what? No, what do you mean? Would you want to see him in United shirt this season or not?
I'd love to see him in a United shirt. Just yeah.
You're a City fan. You don't count, bro. Because I feel like you're just trolling. So I don't know. I don't. Why would you love to see him in United
because
shirt?
I love to see him in United shirt. Yeah.
Go on.
Because I want to see like the reaction towards him.
You
But
want to
the
see
only
the
thing
fallout
is,
from it.
You want to know?
the only thing is,
what
yeah,
your
nah,
issues.
because obviously it can break a man in it. Like is he built for it? That's my question.
True.
Is he gonna be built for it?
Take the abuse.
It's okay to just train with your team,
Yeah,
but when
yeah.
you go on that pitch and you got
Get the abuse.
the abuse,
70,000
think about you got guys like Peter Crouch who's just getting abused for being tall. Do you get me?
True.
Freak. People are saying.
For being tall. Imagine him. Do you know what I mean? Is he built for it? Like Beckham was getting abused. Do you know what I mean? For getting a red card.
Yeah.
My man.
Yeah,
Is he built for it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is he built for it?
So Carlos, I got a question for you here. So you said that if United don't get the players, like then yeah, you want to see him in a red shirt again. But if Mason Greenwood's other half was a relation of yours, would you want to see him in a red
He's
shirt
done.
again?
He's done. Get him out the club, I'd be. Nah. It's, yeah, well, it's closer to home then. So then that, you're always more on the side of the person that is closer to home.
But then if there was someone that was closer to you, then you should know what happened and the inside story, innit?
Mm.
So then you'll be able to make a more informed decision.
Yeah, but he says they're gonna tell the truth, innit?
Huh?
You-
Oh,
As
who
in-
says they're gonna tell the
yeah,
truth?
yeah.
Yeah, but no, but then what? Yeah, but then whatever
You
whatever
already
you
have your
understand from,
perception of that.
Will be
yeah, but
from
whatever
them,
you understand
yeah,
from directly from Hannah, then I suppose is what you've got to take in it because you're a family member. Do you see what I'm saying?
So yeah, you'd have built up that relationship with her over the years to know what she's like and be like, yeah, she's true.
Yeah, but
Do you see my
True,
point?
Kind of thing, yeah.
To a certain extent.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching this episode, this controversial episode.
Yeah.
Please like, share, subscribe. Am I missing anything?
No.
No.
Like, follow if you don't follow us already.
Yeah. Our socials, all
All
platforms,
socials.
we're there.